Ready?
Yeah.
You look ready.
What is going on, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. It's Sunday night. That means it's time for another episode of At Week's End, and I hope y'all are ready. It's a massive week from Welcome to Derry to the teaser of the brand new Supergirl. We got the biggest purchase in comic book history, and it's from Netflix. And there's all kinds of stuff to unpack. We'll be talking about some books and news and just a little bit of everything tonight. And hope you're along for the ride. Let's go. Hey, it's these guys.
What's up, guys?
Steve?
How we doing?
Paul? How's it going?
Mark? Steve?
I just sold something on eBay, and I should have known it would probably sell. Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh.
Signed. Double signed.
Oh, the one you got from Mike V?
No. Well, we got it at the same time. We got it at the same time. But
The
yeah.
red one, right? The red one.
one. Yeah. I should
Good time to sell it.
I mean, it's been on eBay for a couple of months now. And of course it sold with the news this week that Scarlett Johansson is most likely going to be playing that character in the Batman 2. So
What's her name?
Phantasm.
Good call. We'll take it. We'll accept it. Pretty sure it's Adriana.
Well, whatever.
It's important to know she's an iconic character. Hey, I was just talking about that movie Friday. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is a phenomenal movie. If you've never seen Batman the Animated Series, you don't have to. You can just watch that standalone film.
The best Batman movie that has ever been made.
It's amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. Me and the wife and Pops went to the big screen to watch it a couple years back. They did the 25th anniversary for it, and they brought it back into the big screen for one night only. And
You chased Steve off.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go watch it right now. Is this another one of your drawings?
No, so they came to a local mini-con, and you got to go to the movie.
Oh,
and then
that's
you got a
amazing.
Q&A, and then you got this print that's signed.
So you went too.
Yeah, I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and here's another thing that came with it.
Oh, nice.
Is that for the convention or for the movie screening? That's crazy.
Who signed
So-
the print?
It was signed by Kevin Altieri and Alan Burnett.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like $75, and you got the print signed, you got the movie to watch, and then a Q&A after. You got into the con, this little mini con early. It was like $75 instead of like 35 for the weekend. So
That's really cool.
yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, underappreciated movie for sure. Even though it's highly appreciated, it's still underappreciated. That's how good it is.
Yeah, Andrea.
Beaumont.
There it
Andrea
is.
Beaumont.
We got a 29 months strong from the adventurous one, Joseph Michaels, and says Taylor Winder gave my crappy new tree an 8 out of 10. I'm forever cursed. LOL.
Wow.
I saw your Charlie Brown tree. Lean into it, man.
I want to watch that again. I love that movie.
Dude, I just took the kids this week. You know, like I'm a big pro Christmas guy. We're pro Christmas down here in this house, and we just took the kids to see the Augusta Players is like the name of the stage troupe here in town, and they always put on an annual Christmas shindig. They do other shindigs, but obviously Christmas time is a big time for like ballets and stage performers and stuff. And for this year, they did a Charlie Brown Christmas Live, but they did it in these actual mascot suits. So they found a way to kind of get more players involved in it, because normally you have like 8 to 15 people in a play, and this meant they had the people in the suits doing all the motion and a whole second cast doing all the voice for them, and it was really cool. And they got to meet them all after the fact.
That's
and
awesome,
stuff.
dude.
It was fun, man.
That sounds really awesome.
It was a good time. And that's what's good. For those wondering what's good, that is what's good.
I saw my annual Christmas Carol on Thanksgiving Eve. So
Oh, nice.
at the theater, local
Oh,
theater.
really cool. We got 50 months strong. Steve flexing
There you
on it. Morphine time.
That's
We are
right.
Legion for 50 months. And since you mentioned morphine, what do you think about the news announcement that Disney is currently producing the next iteration of Power Rangers.
I mean, this has been talked about for a while, so I mean, I don't have anything really new to say about it other than I hope they don't mess it up and hope they don't make it too woke, and I hope they make it good.
I'm going to tell you right now, I probably won't watch it no matter who makes it,
And
because
why-
I don't really, dude. I watched Mighty Morphin, I watched Zeo, I watched Turbo, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if they remade Mighty Morphin,
That's
and
what
it
I hope they do.
if it was
but-
Trini, if it was Zach, if it was Billy, recasted the young actors again, like
yeah,
I would
absolutely.
be more inclined to check that out. Like when they did that special and they went back, and
That
brought
was
back the
phenomenal.
cast, that was great. But if they're aiming for the next generation, the new audience, that makes perfect sense too. I mean, that's what
It
the
does.
franchise is, but that doesn't really appeal to me that much.
I agree. I agree.
Since we're talking about Disney, and I'll probably forget later on, did you also see that they announced that they're going to re-release Star Wars, the original Star Wars, remastered in February?
Nice try, Disney.
But it's the original Star Wars, so it's before it was Episode 4. Han shoots first, all that good stuff.
I'm one of the few people on the planet that own those on disc.
I do too. It came out when they released it. It's a gold or a silver DVD, or you can get them on laser.
No, those gold and silver ones. The one's gold, one's silver, and that's how you know which one is widescreen and which one is full screen.
Right.
But those don't have the original cuts. That's actually the release of the remastered ones. When the prequels came out, they did these thin sets where the cases are thin and they slide into a sleeve, and it's black and blue for the original trilogy and black and red for the prequel. But in the special features of the original trilogy, the original cuts of the film are in there, and Lucas was mad about it and said, you weren't supposed to do that. And they like pulled them and stuff. So there's a select few of them out there. And I don't know how many people know or don't know that they have it.
I have mine. It was in a separate disc in that the gold one that had the remastered as well.
Man, I now remember those came out at the same. They still had VHSs when those came out.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I have a laser disc of the original.
Now that's
trilogy.
That's gangster. Oh, DV8 saying Power Rangers SPD is the best Power Rangers in my opinion. That's fair. Too woke. Jeez, man, get over it already. That word is so played out, it's become a yawn. So is the content, if we're being fair, Joe. So is the content.
How can Power Rangers not be woke? It's like you gotta have every color. It's like
Yeah, I think people get lost in that word. I definitely think people get lost in that word. Everyone uses it differently. I think Paul, you and I have firmly established on this channel that all that means on this channel is when your personal message has superseded the importance of your storytelling. That's all.
Yeah.
And these day and age, I mean, it seems like it's kind of not happening as much as it was. When you get hit in the head with a frying pan when you're trying to watch something, it's
right.
It's not necessary. But I think that Power Rangers always has been inclusive for sure. And I don't think those two things are the same. What is going on, Coco?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is the best ever. Mark and I were the perfect age when the original came out.
Yeah, kindergarten.
Yep, that's right.
Time Force was great. Is that the one where they had Forever Red during the Time Force season, Pops? Dude, my dad,
Wild Force.
Dude, when Finn wasn't even 2 years old by the time he had seen every single episode of Power Rangers that existed, because my dad has like the box set and he just went through it from start to finish in order. And he was watching Finn while me and the wife worked, and he was just sitting there watching Rangers with Finn. Star Wars OG came out in the UK back in the early days of DVD, but I don't care, so I didn't get them, I think. Voltron over Power Ranger, fight me.
Lucas has got to
you don't.
That they're going to be re-releasing the original though, because he has fought tooth and nail to never have them come out again.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know now. That's what he gets for selling it. The goober. Hey, did y'all see where they're re-releasing Avengers Endgame? I brought this up the other day. They're re-releasing Avengers Endgame to theaters because they want to boost those numbers up a little bit. I think movies like obviously the Avatar films, they'll get limited theatrical releases every so often. Titanic has done it a few times for anniversaries, for special occasions and stuff. And this will be the third time Avengers Endgame goes to theaters, because if y'all don't remember, they released it, and as soon as it stopped making money, they're like, well, let's release it again, and we'll tell everyone we'll put extra scenes in it. They're like unfinished scenes and stuff because they wanted the number to be higher. And now they're re-releasing it again. And I was just curious, do y'all think it'll have any steam? Do you think people show up and show out to go see Avengers Endgame in theaters again?
Maybe.
I don't.
I would be surprised.
Maybe.
This time there's a happy ending. Yeah.
And well, apparently Doomsday starts right where Endgame ends.
What?
Doomsday is supposed to start right where Endgame ends, and
That's the best news I've ever heard.
yeah,
For real, dude. Holy crap.
You're telling me we're rewriting and correcting everything post Endgame?
yeah, apparently, yeah, I guess. And also, and I'm sure you guys already knew this, but apparently there's going to be the trailer is going to be attached to Avatar, but it's only
Smart.
1 minute long, so it's the shortest trailer that they've done for a Marvel movie, apparently. Or
Do you remember the Endgame trailer? How they didn't show anything for that? Like they just did the close-ups of them in their time travel suits, and you didn't know they were time travel suits. You just saw them in these white and red armored suits.
Right.
No one's watching Avengers this time around. I think comparatively, again, like if you compare just like Avengers to the previous Avengers, I don't think it's going to do like the other ones did. But hell, if Zootopia can do like $1 billion in a week, I don't know. Maybe people will come back out for it. I think largely people have moved on, to be honest with you guys.
I cannot believe that Zootopia has done what it's done. That's insane to me.
The kids cartoons do it all the time.
Dude, animated movies, they are a hit everywhere.
And you know what? Already established IP is where everything's going to go.
Well, and with it being, you could dub any language in there, right? So like it could be, since it's all animals, like there's no nationality to it. Yes,
right.
It's an American-made movie, but like a lot of people don't see it that way because they don't see the actual characters looking American or looking whatever, right? So I think that's another reason why it's doing so well.
I wonder if the release gets into how Tony becomes Doom.
And apparently they're also Marvel is going to re-release Captain America and the Brian Michael Bendis one where Iron Man becomes Doom, and they're renaming it something to kind of fit in with the Doomsday movie.
Isn't Supergirl coming out like at the same time as Doomsday?
Doomsday is at Christmas time, and this one is Supergirl is in July.
June. I thought it was in June.
June and July, one of those, yeah.
Yeah, we can touch on that real quick. They put out a teaser trailer for the teaser trailer of the Supergirl movie.
They did the same thing for Superman. They're doing the exact same recipe.
Yeah, I was talking about this last night on J-Man's stream. I'm expecting that Supergirl and the DCU is going to be dominating the marketing scene for the next till it comes out. They hired. You don't remember that they went and pulled that like super marketing guy, and he did the rollout for Superman. And a lot of us, myself included, were like highly skeptical about how they were rolling it out, like the Superman beat up footage, the lacking the iconic Superman in the sun kind of thing. And it did lack all that, and that was weird. And ultimately, no matter how anyone wants to spin it, the movie didn't make that much money. It just didn't. Like it's a huge win, huge selling point. It didn't make that much money. Like this little kids cartoon just crapped on it in 3 days. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But what it did do is it dominated social media, and that's what they want it to do. They want people to know about it, to talk about it, to hear about it. And I really think that that's what's about to happen with this. I saw this with that mini trailer was simultaneously shared on Warner Brothers, on DC, on Tom King's, on Jason Momoa's, everywhere.
Yeah, it really is everywhere. But it's like a 15-second thing, whatever. It's, to do a teaser of a teaser. I don't know if that's a little bit overkill, but
they did the same thing for Superman, except for theirs was more than just one little half scene. Like theirs was like 3 or 4 or 5 cut scenes, which I bet they'll start doing. I bet they're going to start doing little more every day until the actual full teaser comes out.
You know the worst part?
I'm going to watch them all.
Teaser trailer comes out on Thursday, and I guarantee you we won't see Lobo.
No,
And
absolutely.
if you
not.
do, it'll just be like the back of his hair or something. Because all anybody wants is to see Lobo's face right now. That's all we want.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
want
yeah.
to see the
absolutely.
leather jacket. We want to see the belt buckle. We want to see red eyes, white face. Are you
Mhm.
allowed to say that?
They'll probably show us dolphins instead.
Oh, I'm in. Dolphins. Give me the fake dolphins. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
I hope they get a line somewhere in the movie that's like, you look like you would talk to fish or something relating to him playing Aquaman. They got to place something into that.
I'm looking forward to it. I know that I know a lot of people aren't feeling the Superman movie. A lot of people aren't feeling the James Gunn stuff, and that's a fair opinion. You know, it's definitely a taste. Like I watched it, I enjoyed it, and I still prefer Man of Steel over it 10 out of 10 times. If like Desert Island film, like if you said which one are you taking, I wouldn't even blink. I would just grab Man of Steel and just smile and whistle and hop to the island, like a good island, not a bad island. We gotta specify that. Islands are suspect these days, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm more excited now than ever for the DCU stuff. We were talking about it before Superman released. The idea that we have different directors, different writers, different creators bringing their own tone, their own style. I'm not sure if we're going to get it or not. I'm a little nervous about that. How much influence James Gunn's going to have over these individual projects? Are we going to see the unique style of them? Because we're officially entering the Tom King stage, which I'm a fan. And Tom King has a lot to do with the writing and the direction of a lot of this stuff. Because James Gunn, despite what he says, he doesn't sit around and read comics. He doesn't.
He does not.
He definitely doesn't. But Tom King does, and I like his style. I like how the depth he goes in with these characters and stuff. And this Supergirl movie has potential to be amazing because the book is amazing. So I'm really interested to see the director Craig Giuseppe or whatever. He doesn't have like this dynamic catalog of like this refined style that you would recognize just from his stuff. So I don't know what to expect this movie to look like. Like Mangold Swamp Thing, you kind of have an idea what that would look like. He has a refined style that is his of his own, but we'll see. How many people gave it a 10 out of 10? Hell, it wasn't even a top 3 Superman movie. I give it a solid 8 out of 10, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm an avid Superman fan. I think it plays to the people that are like massive comic book readers and stuff. I just prefer that more.
Hi.
That more serious
tone. New water because this tastes disgusting.
You want me to wash it and give you new water? I got you. I got it from here. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, I mean, they are different tastes. I personally, I really liked I liked Man of Steel too. I don't want to indicate that I didn't like Man of Steel, but I actually did like Superman better, for me anyway. And again, it is just a matter of taste, and I think they both bring very different versions of Superman. I found the writing in Man of Steel in some ways was the biggest problem. Some of the things that they had Superman say and do to me, I wasn't all that happy with. But I think that Henry Cavill plays Superman just as well as David Corenswet does.
I put it in there. I like both a lot. I will say I was somewhat disappointed when I left that Tuesday screening of Superman, just because I had such high hopes for it, and I felt like it was a little goofy at times, but it did feel more like a comic book than Man of Steel. The Man of Steel felt more realistic for being a Superman movie. It's hard because, like you said it, man, Henry Cavill is a great Superman. Yeah. He is very much powered up compared to the David Corenswet Superman. They're not the same. Like right. Henry Cavill is way more powerful than this Superman, which is not to say that he won't get as powerful, but in the way that they portrayed him, he is not anywhere close to Henry Cavill's Superman.
Right. So, but didn't you also say that because you saw Superman more than once, right? Didn't you say
I saw
in multiple viewings it actually kind of grew and you liked it better each time you saw it? Didn't you say that?
I've seen it 3 times in the theaters, and then I've seen it 1 time since it came out on Max, maybe twice. And yeah, and every time I watch it, I'm like, yeah, this is actually a pretty fun, good movie. I just had such high hopes for it, and I do this all the time. Like when I get excited about something, I get really, really, really excited. And I set like bars that are just unreachable. And so, and I remember I went with my wife and my brother-in-law and his family. And I just remember thinking like, I was the reason why they all went to the movie.
Mhm.
And I feel like I let them down because I felt like they didn't like it as much as, I don't know. I just felt like I let everyone down because I didn't think it was as amazing as I thought it would be. But every time I watch it, it got better and better. So
I don't know. To me, you know, a bad Superman movie is better than a good Morbius movie.
that is true. That is true.
Just a quick question. What's been your favorite movie of the year, Steve? Released this year, whether you watch it in theaters or at home first, but a movie from 2025. Same question to you, Paul.
I'd have to think on that.
I'm watching you think right now.
Aren't we doing this in 3 weeks?
No, I just want to know your favorite one.
Yeah,
Just
mine
your
was
one.
Superman. Absolutely, mine was Superman.
I'm trying to think of the other movies that came out this year.
Mine's hands down Tron Ares, and a lot of that is personal taste, but it was just a really good movie all around. And after that, I think it'd be Mission Impossible. We all know what my number one's going to end up being before this year's over with. Like in a couple of days, it's over with. It's over with. There's no comparing.
I have not seen Tron. I did see Jurassic World. I saw Superman. I have not seen Mission Impossible. So based off of those, I would have to say Superman. We have not gone to the movies this year as much as we have in the past, and I think that's everyone.
Yeah, and I also, I mean, there are certain things too that, I mean, like
Not me, sir.
to me, if you're
Oh, I
talking
know,
about there is Mission Impossible, the way that it ended and the way that it tied up
Oh.
every single movie before it was it was a masterpiece in the way that
It was a proper finale. Like
Right.
I pointed that out. Like as a standalone Mission Impossible movie, it was not the best one, but as an end to a franchise, it was flawless. Like
Right.
they did so good. But dude, just thinking about it, like just thinking of going to the theater, like I went and saw Thunderbolts, saw that stupid Captain America movie, saw that Fantastic Four movie, saw Superman twice, saw Tron Ares twice. I might have seen Superman more
Okay,
than that.
so
I saw Jurassic Rebirth. I saw Red Sonja. I'm sure I've been more than that.
of
but
the I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, you're good. That's
of-
9 times I've been never by myself.
Of the Marvel movies that came out this year, everyone liked Thunderbolts a lot. I liked it the least of those three you mentioned. It would be
Which one?
F4 would be number one, Cat 4 would be number two, and then Thunderbolts. Like I actually really enjoyed Fantastic Four, and I did not think I would like it, but I actually enjoyed it.
No, there's a lot to enjoy with it. It really was. It was a good movie. It wasn't a great movie. It wasn't a bad
No.
movie at all, but it was a good movie.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But I like a lot of not amazing movies. So
Like 90,000 flaws. If you look at it with any kind of critical lens, it falls apart. I disagree completely. I bet you if we went tit for tat on that, it was just you couldn't keep up. Please list all 90,000 errors. I haven't seen it yet. It may sway me. No, I honestly think as one of those weird people that have watched all of them countless times, I don't think it has all those flaws. You can get persnickety about his ability to kick open a torpedo hatch, but you can also get persnickety about that submarine was under the water for a couple of decades and who knows what kind of condition it's in and everything. Thunderbolts was way better than FF. I agree. I don't think way better, but I think I enjoyed Thunderbolts more until you get to the very, very end of it. They're like, let's stop the movie right here. Go.
I want to see F1. I've heard it's great.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. All right, let's see what else is going on. Obviously, I hope everybody gets their comment. What?
Say that again.
And it's on F1. I mean, it's on Apple Plus now, I think, isn't it?
It is.
F1. It's on Apple Plus, I believe.
Oh, that's good because I'm going to be getting a new iPhone soon, so I should be able to get some Apple TV.
Yeah, they're playing games. They're playing games with my ability to watch stuff on that platform. Do you remember how excited I was, Paul, when they made it available to watch on my phone again? Because I refuse to download the app because I I just don't want to put anything else on my phone. I can just go on, I can hit the internet and you don't have to download an app. You can go on your internet and just watch Netflix or HBO or Apple, whatever. I've got the Netflix and the HBO app and the Paramount app and the DCU app. I got so many apps, and these are big apps. I don't want to put Apple on my phone. I don't want to put the cock on my phone. I don't want to put Amazon on my phone. So some of them I'll watch them on my TV or I'll watch them on the internet. Apple won't let you do that. They put these guardrails on it because I'm not on an Apple device, because they want you to download the app.
Mhm.
I would say they want the download, but they don't. They want my data.
Mhm.
And I get that, and that's fine. But quit giving me the ability, then taking it away and giving it back and taking it away. I got to be able to watch these things while I'm on the move. I'm a mover. I like to multitask. Unless it's the MonsterVerse show, then that's big screen and big screen only.
Did you see they're doing a spin-off of the MonsterVerse show?
So I had a bunch of people send me that. And I just got to where I stopped replying to them because there's listed as a prequel show, and this is already a prequel show.
Right.
It's already
A prequel to the prequel.
It's a threequel show because you have the 50s, you have the 2016, and then you have like the 2005 where they left us at the end of season 1. So don't tell me you're giving me a prequel show. That's not possible. Unless we're going back to the 1500s, which I'm there for. How? You're not saying Jesus popsicle Christ.
Did anyone go see Running Man? I wanted to see that.
I wanted to see it too, but I never got to.
Number 6 for the win.
Yeah.
Those aren't flaws. You're just listing things. You're not saying what's a flaw about anything. Right. And we're all jealous of number 5. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
And maybe even number 6.
Yeah, dude, that was the biggest thing that I was like talking about. Like, this dude just went from one plane to another in the air. Like,
we were talking about best movies of the year. What did you guys think of Happy Gilmore 2?
I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. Was it really stupid? Absolutely.
So was the first one, though.
So was the first one. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Adam
If you're going into
Sandler
it for anything other than it being stupid, you're watching it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, Adam Sandler knew his audience. He targeted an audience and he catered to them, and it was great. I never knew who Bad Bunny was, and to be honest, I still don't. But I know that he played in that movie, and he was hilarious as his caddy in that movie.
Yeah, I don't really know his music that much. I know. I think DJ Lynx went to one of his concerts, maybe.
He did.
He actually got swindled for his tickets. He gets to the door and finds out that he has fake tickets, and he had to rebuy tickets right there.
No way! Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I haven't really listened to his music, but he was great in the movie. I will say
he's the number 1 artist in the world, apparently.
Yep, he's going to be playing the halftime show at Super Bowl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Whoa! Better than there ain't no way, bro.
Running Man was good. Okay,
I believe it can be good. Glenn Powell is an entertaining actor. It's got Tillman in it. Like there's some great actors in it. It's gonna be action packed, but better than the Arnold one's gonna be hard because that nostalgia is hard to top, man. I don't know. That's wild.
It will not get it will not get a sequel.
He's no Ted Nugent. All right, let me see what else we got on here. A lot of good movies. And the last Sunday, what is the date on that? I think we looked at this. The 28th. The 28th of this month will be at Year's End. And so if you're watching, go ahead and start thinking about it between now and then. Your favorite reads of the year, your favorite TV shows, movies. If you want to, pull some worse out too. We'll be talking about the hits and the misses, just recapping the entire year in the fandom. And we'll also be doing the drawing for the Legion loot that night, the greatest comic story ever told, Legion loot. And it's gonna be big. So Supergirl's coming. Paul reminded me last week that we need to talk about this.
Yes.
I'm excited about this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Me too.
Don't really know anything about it, but I've heard people talk about it.
You've never
seen
any of that series? Yeah, it's one of the most successful franchises they've ever had.
Outside of Star Trek, I think this is like the most successful sci-fi TV show in like our lifetimes
Mhm.
kind of thing. It started out just as Stargate SG-1. It was a continuation from the Roland Emmerich's film. And we go back and keep up with Daniel and stuff. And unfortunately, his old lady bites the dust right at the beginning. I'm like, oh man. As a kid, I'm like, I'm so happy. Look, they're staying together. And then I get a little bit older and start watching SG-1. I'm like, yo, that's savage. But they roll into it and they go for a while. It's really cool. And for me, it got really good. Like SG-1 was awesome. And they even did like movies, like full on movies. They weren't in
Ark of the
theaters. But
Covenant.
yeah. And the other one was even better over Antarctica.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Continuum.
Continuum. Yep.
Yeah, so they took these like concepts of like we want a big finale, let's make a movie kind of thing, and it was like an hour and a half long. The budget was wildly increased, so for the time the special effects were insane. And then after SG-1 wraps up, they do Stargate Atlantis, and that's where it took off for me. You had Jason Momoa playing in it as an Atlantean, which was really cool. And it got really cool. They introduced the Asgardians in it, and then they end up doing a Stargate Universe. It wasn't as good, but they kind of take the space in that one. But that one only ran for like 2 seasons. Some of Stargate was yeah. I really liked it. But me and my brother went through all the DVD box sets of it. It was really cool. So I'm excited to see what Amazon's going to do with it. Apparently, the guy that was responsible for the 3 films, Ark of the Covenant, Continuum, and all that, is the one coming in to write it and work on it. So we'll see. It'll be on Amazon, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But we'll see. Oh, good question, Corbin. Good question. You know what's crazy is you have no idea how close to home this question just landed.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's all anyone's talking about right now, man. That's
Holy
all anyone's
smokes.
talking about right now, dude.
Holy smokes.
That is wild.
Just know that Absolute Joker, he's making his comic reveal. Joker's already been in there, but you're going to see the smiling man make his little transformation in the next issue of Absolute Batman. It's got a couple covers out there, this one included. So if you're ready to see what's the deal with the smiling man, what's the deal with this absolute version of Joker, basically like with Bane, he turns up the venom, so like you had to wait to see him get juiced out, or you're going to get to see the Joker juiced out or whatever his version is of that. But yeah, there's some people out there that are just wildly inconsiderate to the creators, to the comic shops, and it really just shows you how much people don't necessarily care about comics. They just want to know what's happening, kind of thing. Yeah,
There's a couple of them out there. They're not just one.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely a couple of them for sure. It kind of just reminds me of and me and Paul touched on this last week, Steve, with the Comics Explained douchebag.
Yep, he's one
out
of
there.
them.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of taking these comic books and just doing the cliff notes on them and posting them online. That way people don't have to go buy them. And it's not even a have to. It's kind of just like building this atmosphere of people thinking that they're getting the content, thinking, okay, now I know. Now they don't. Like, unless you're buying these and reading these and experiencing them, you're getting the cliff notes versions of stuff and you're not experiencing it. It's like watching a long movie trailer versus watching the movie. Like, you have the gist of it, but you're missing all the nuance, all the characterization. You're missing all the page turn moments. You're missing the story is what you're missing.
I'm surprised. And I'm surprised that DC and other companies haven't done something to make sure some of these creators are not just using their IP to make money for themselves by just going over the entire issues. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because I know that there was that thing for a while, depending on how some people review books, they have to take out the words out of the speech bubbles.
Yeah. There was, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I think that, one other thing is a person's content should be aimed towards uplifting and furthering, what it is that your content is. This is doing nothing other than keeping people out of the comic book stores.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people. Okay, so to answer the question, there are a lot of people talking about Absolute Joker because the new issue of Absolute Batman 15 is coming out this week. Mm-hmm. He's making his first full appearance in the book is what has been talked about. There's the cover right there for cover A. Lots of different covers. I think there's 20 covers this week
Yeah.
for that book.
Definitely not enough.
And so there's also issue 1 is going to his 10th printing.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn has been tweeting about how good DC Comics as a comics industry is doing well. If you go back and look at November, I want to say DC had 8 or 9 out of the top 10.
9 out of 10. ASM had number 9 in the
Yeah.
ranking. Everything else was DC.
So everyone, regardless, is talking about DC in absolute universe right now. We have the Superman movie coming out. We get the Supergirl movie coming out next year. Everyone is talking about
as well as the KO event. KO and Night Fight were also 2 of the 9 on the top 10.
And
so to answer your question, it's just what everyone's been talking about right now because it's a big event and a new issue is coming out this week. And one person decided to post
to break the street date. Some people get these books ahead of time for different reasons. Like you get some people get books ahead of time for different reasons, and you don't break street date. You don't share, you don't post, you don't make videos. No. A lot of people get stuff early so that they're able to read early because time is valuable and time is rare. And if you're doing something to help prop up the industry, like making videos and reviewing them and releasing them on street date so that people can hear about it, get excited and go buy it, that's helping the industry. If you're putting out full-on spoilers and reading the book to your audience in short form, you just took 80,000 or like, you know what I'm saying? Like 80,000 people that now don't have to go buy it or read it. That's not what the early copies are intended for.
No, they're supposed to help you like make your videos so that way it can be posted on the day of. Yeah, so you can do it ahead of time. Yeah.
And apparently, Absolute Batman number 15 is shipping 300,000 copies, which is
not surprised.
Which is unheard of if you don't include the blind bag.
That is unheard of.
It's just crazy how we were this far away from release date and people are already spoiling the whole dang book. Yeah, and to be fair, every single one of us on this panel has read this book.
Yes.
And you don't hear nothing that I said even comes remotely close to what you will read in that book. I'm dancing so far away from the bush, it's not even funny, just because I wouldn't dare ruin it. But I can tell you right now, the issue is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and I posted a spoiler-free review on my Instagram and Twitter, just 2 sentences about how fun it is. People are not ready for it. It's a dark universe that Scott Snyder's creating, but you guys are going to love it. And I gave it a 10 out of 10. That's all that needs to be said prior to release dates.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a live stream every Tuesday called New DC Day. And on that thing, I go in depth talking about the DC universe in real time, having read everything that I want to read for that week from sitting at the shop. And I don't spoil nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. That's crazy to me to hype something. You're not even hyping it. It's self-serving. You're doing the opposite of hyping it. You're just telling people, like, it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like telling someone who won a game that they weren't able to watch live, I can't wait to get home and watch this game I DVR'd. Oh, well, this team won.
Yeah.
Thanks. You just took the piss out of it.
Let's talk about something else. I'm done talking about that.
Yeah. That kind of stuff kills me. Let's talk about a lot more lighter subject. This one, I mean, there ain't too much to say about it. Well, we have AR here. We'll get back to that one. AR is here.
Academy, yep.
Why are you laughing?
Don't know.
Because there were lots of people online who were saying this is probably the worst Starfleet, Star Trek promotion poster ever done.
Are you saying that I cherry picked this specific poster, Paul?
Just for that, yeah. I think they're basically calling it 90210 in space.
Where's AR? He was here 3 minutes ago. Someone weigh in on this. Like, I don't do Star Trek. I go and watch it when Paul says, hey, this series is ending. It's been going for a while. I'm like, I'm going to watch it. And I did. And it was a fun series finale to Discovery. Got me excited enough that I went and watched a few episodes of the other one with Pike. What's that? Brave New World? What's it called?
It basically doesn't have it's a Star Trek, doesn't have a single star or starship in the promo poster.
Being a Star Wars fan isn't great, but Star Trek, dang. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking when they, like, you know what the fans probably want? A bunch of teenagers hanging out at the academy. That's what they want. It just seems weird to me.
He's back.
I'm going to say what I always say. I hope it's good. I hope people enjoy it. I know AR will, and everyone else won't. But a lot of people will watch it all the same. I did watch that. What was that movie? section.
Yeah, Section 31.
It was terrible.
It
But I
was.
watched it.
And in most Star Trek aficionados will tell you the same thing. It was
Okay,
not
so
one
I
of the
wasn't
best ever.
crazy on that, right?
No.
Okay, it just wasn't.
Which is too bad because I love Michelle Yeoh too. So
Yeah, and she was probably one of the worst parts of it, which was odd. I don't know. I felt like she was just mailing it in.
well, the whole thing was it was originally supposed to be a series that Michelle Yeoh was supposed to star in, and then Michelle Yeoh exploded in popularity, and it was like, okay, you know what, let's do a movie instead. So they did this movie for her instead, because she felt bad because she was going to do the series and then she couldn't because of all her other commitments. She's like, okay, you know what, I'll do a movie for you instead, and it just doesn't seem like it was very well done. So
This is gonna ruffle some feathers, but when you see, you know what I think when I see this poster?
what?
Larry Ellison, save us all. Because this is coming out of the pre-purchase.
Yeah.
So when we talked about it already, they've already announced that there's like we're done with whatever they were doing. We're planning the next era of Star Trek anew.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what they do with that. Like getting back to feature films. Like I think it's kind of like a David Zaslav effect. You remember, like he walks into Warner Brothers and he has like the Neil Adams effect. He walks in, he's like, "Where's Superman?" They're like, "Oh, we don't do Superman stuff." He's like, "This is DC. We do Superman stuff."
Right.
As a matter of fact, he's going to be our flagship character. That's what I feel like Ellison's saying. He's like, he walked into Paramount. Where's the Star Trek movie? Oh, we're doing TV shows. Y'all are crazy. Let's get back to motion pictures.
Yeah, but having said that too, there are definitely concepts that can be done within the that are spin-offs or whatever of the. I saw that, yeah. That can be done, that I think that can be done well and still be on Paramount Plus. Like there's a theory that maybe when Star Trek Strange New Worlds ends, that they'll spin off Spock and Kirk into a new series that'll kind of be like between the Pike and the original series as well.
Yeah. I'm excited to be excited for some of it, if that makes sense. I'm excited to see what they do and see if it, because I'm ready for some alternate stuff. I like the different franchises and stuff. It's fun to be excited about it. The Tron one, I'm glad that we got our Tron movie to be another 37 years before I get one of those. Avatar comes out, and then what do I have left? Until you give me, like, apparently James Cameron's working on a Terminator. Someone in an interview asked him about, so are you working on Avatar 4 and 5? He's like, what are you talking about? 3's not even out yet. I've been working on these for over a decade. Yeah. Like, I'm going to get this movie out, and I'm currently trying to write this new Terminator movie, and it's kind of been challenging with technology moving so fast. I'm like, wait, new Terminator movie? You just said that in passing, bro.
Did you see what he said about Avatar 3? He basically came out and said that if Avatar 3 doesn't do well, he's gonna do Avatar 4 and 5 as a book instead. Like Avatar 3 is not gonna make like a gajillion dollars. Like, and I don't think you have to worry about that really.
I think the pre-sales for it have already broke records and stuff where people have overseas and everything, that it set like pre-sale records in a bunch of places. Yeah, that would be good.
I read that.
That would be good.
But I read that. I'm like, I think you're good, James.
He's a modest guy, and I don't think he's saying that jokingly. I think he's legitimately a modest guy. The Avatar fandom is wild, and I say that meaning they're actually not wild. They're pretty level-headed, normal people that don't act like a bunch of idiots on the internet. They just enjoy what they like. They talk positively about it in their little spaces, and they go buy tickets and they go sit down in seats and watch movies like you're supposed to. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I was telling Paul, I'm trying to figure out how to finagle my holiday schedule here to be able to free up my weekend to see it a few times. Mm-hmm. It would be a crime to only get to see that movie once in the theater.
It comes out the weekend before Christmas, right?
Yeah, it comes out the 18th, that Thursday. Yeah, so for me that
Thursday. It's only a week from this Thursday.
I know, but that's like it hits on my work weekend, and then I'll be on a run of working every weekend all the way through the new year. So I'll be at the point where I might get a Tuesday off every couple of weeks. So going and seeing a 3.5 hour movie after working 12 hours that day, then having to be up at 5 a.m. the next day to do it again, I can do it.
There you go.
It's the only thing to do.
You will sacrifice anything for a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I will. That's because the fandom for Avatar hasn't been invaded yet. Yeah, hey man, that when Fox got bought, like we were talking about reports that were coming out where like James had to go get his money from Disney when the money started coming in. I don't think they're going to mess with him, dude. It's James Cameron. I think there's some people that just they have enough clout on their own. Like it's like, dude, you don't have a choice with this. This week they had it was talked about this week where Bob Iger sat down with the I don't know if it was the board or the whatever it was, sat down with people and they watched the movie and they were giving notes. They were giving notes to James Cameron. And Bob Iger's response to that was, I don't see any of that. I'm not passing your notes along. The movie's perfect. And refused to pass James Cameron notes like you should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does a suit think they have any notes to pass to a creative is beyond me. But they attempted to pass James Cameron notes. Suits, a bunch of suits.
The comics
Stranger
are
Worlds
doing really well. The comics are incredible.
It's the tip of the spear of everything woke. But that's what Trek is. These people are living 1,000 years in the future of humanity's self-actualization. It makes sense. They are earnest sweethearts. Tron is the same. Once it goes mainstream, it turns to crap. Yeah, I like it being in its little niche. I like the cult classic feel of Tron. As long as it makes enough money to warrant it getting something else like down the road. And I'm fine with stuff not getting a sequel like every year and a half to 2 year turnover. That I don't think that's good for a franchise. I think that's too fast. People aren't wanting it. They're still happy with the last one they have. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and going for a second plate before you finish your first one. Might not be too good for it. All right. Now for the big one.
Yep. You know what? I see that, and
I
you know
love
what?
that. I did not see that until just now. That is
And
amazing.
I see that, and I am doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Netflix, you can take this for free. I have the perfect marketing. It is Netflix is.
Netflix is.
Oh, nice. That's amazing. Who made this, by the way? It's got to be some sort of fan art, right?
Probably just AI'd it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Found it on X last, like right at the sale, and I immediately grabbed it to make the thumbnail out of it.
Yeah, Grok may have made that.
It was somebody's post. I don't know. But it's fantastic image. Works flawlessly.
It is.
Flawlessly.
It's absolutely amazing.
What do y'all think? Netflix purchases Warner Brothers for $82.7 million.
Billion.
I'm sorry, $1 billion in cash. Cash.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it may not go through.
There's got a lot of legal hurdles, and you know the regulatory people who work for Trump. Trump really wants Paramount to get it. Paramount says, you know what, that's fine when you guys are doing that. Then we're just going to try to do a hostile takeover instead, and we'll just go right to their shareholders instead. So there's just so much stuff that's got to happen first, obviously, before any of this happens.
Yeah, it's crazy that they already sent out emails to people about it too. That's just wild. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I will say, like, who was the last company that bought Warner Brothers, and they bought it for like 48 billion, whatever it was. It's definitely gone up in value, from what 48 billion to 82 billion. So that's pretty good. And this year, WB's had the best year of any movie company. So
yeah, I'm of two minds. I think that, you know, the backing of Netflix could be good for DC and everything, but I'm concerned that, you know, they've committed to doing theatrical releases, but they want to shorten the window. And to me, that's going to hurt theaters, and I don't want them doing anything that's going to hurt theaters either.
Right, I agree. I mean, but it's just a new world we're living in, man. I don't know. I want to know what Mark thinks. He's talking on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if this goes through. There's a lot of legal hurdles, like you said.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah. What do you think about it? We said our piece.
What did I miss? Sum up your piece.
I said that I'm of two minds. I think that the behemoth that is Netflix could be good for DC and in Warner Brothers theater movies and things like that. But I'm also concerned because although they committed to releasing movies to theaters only until 2027, apparently they have not committed to keeping the window before it goes to streaming as long as it is now, and that's going to hurt theaters. And I'm really not with it okay with anything that's going to hurt theaters.
I feel the same way about that.
I said that
There's a
Discovery.
couple. Oh, go ahead.
Discovery made a nice investment. They bought it for 48 billion. Now it's worth 82 billion. So that's a great return on your investment. I don't know if it's actually going to go through or not because Paramount's been fighting for it as well. But this is the new world we're living in. So I mean, even though I don't want theaters to go away either, I mean, is it inevitable like malls?
No, I don't. I think if they don't make some kind of meaningful commitment to keep things in theaters, this isn't going to work whatsoever because they're facing a lot of uphill battles. The first one being the regulatory system. The antitrust thing is going to kick in, and you've seen them make a couple moves and steps already to get ready for that because the powers that be right now want Ellison to have this to try kind of balance the market and the kind of media that's out there. Because no matter what anybody thinks or says in the comments, like you might want to expand your horizon if you think that you have a balanced amount of media coming at you in a day. You don't. It's very one-sided, and they want to kind of balance the scales a little bit, which would be good for everybody. Pick what you like, don't what you don't, but at least there's more option in that sense. Having somebody like Netflix get it is problematic, like you mentioned. But you have a lot of people that actually have weight in Hollywood writing letters.
Directors, the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild, the Producers Guild, all of the guilds basically are basically
all
saying,
of Hollywood is against
isn't good for us.
And then when you get to the antitrust stuff, it's Netflix is already too big to absorb something like this. So to your point, Steve, they didn't buy Discovery. They're already separating Discovery and they're not keeping Discovery. Discovery is going into its own individual network, kind of back to what it was before it was absorbed into Warner Brothers.
But then they buy Warner Brothers for 48 billion.
Discovery bought Warner Brothers, and then Zaslav came in and said, "Okay, you know what? Now that we're one big company, guess what? I'm going to split you in two."
Okay.
And now Netflix is just buying the movie theaters and HBO Max and HBO. All of the cable channels and everything are going off on their own.
Yeah, they're already trying to get ahead of the antitrust thing and saying, "Look, we're not buying it all. We're not too big. We're not taking this and that and this and that, and you can keep CNN and blah blah blah." Because they're just trying to target the movie part because the only shot that they have to get over the antitrust stuff is to make this as small as possible. So they're going for the most valuable part that's kind of what they do kind of thing. They don't do all the other stuff.
And I would argue that no matter who buys Warner Brothers, there's an antitrust problem here. Whether it's Paramount or whether it's Netflix or whether it's, Universal or whatever, taking one of the big five and making it now the big four is definitely, to me, is an antitrust thing.
Yeah, the best way to point that out in terms of how does that affect just the normal people is whenever you watch a movie, you have the credits at the end. Like, can you imagine an entire group of credits across like a year's worth of movies no longer having a job? Because that's what it equals.
Right.
Because all the sound mixers, all the VFX artists, all the editors, all the key grips, all the craft services, all those people for that studio are already at that studio. So it just shrinks the number of those people that you need every time these people merge like that. Them merging does not equal the same amount of content coming out every year. It shrinks the amount of content every year.
Right.
And Paramount's fighting it. Ultimately, I wanted to see Paramount get it because me
too.
They say they're going to try a hostile takeover.
I hope they do it. I like Netflix, but I don't see Netflix as anything more than modern day direct-to-video home viewing stuff. Like for as long as I've been alive, I've been able to see a difference between like a television actor and a silver screen actor. Like you see some people like make the leap because they're that good, but for the most part, like the Grant Gustin's the perfect example. Grant Gustin is great as Flash on CW. That dude could not carry an ink pen across a silver screen and be believable. Like he just, unless you have him something like Victoria era drama movie or something, this dude is not a silver screen actor, and that's okay. Not everybody is. Like you can't take the cast from General Hospital and put them in Mission Impossible. It ain't gonna work. Like they just don't have that kind of acting chops. And that's how I look at Netflix. This stuff is perfect for this platform, for this direct-to-video stuff. And sometimes you get stuff that they're like swinging outside of their average, like the Extraction movie, when they bring like people in to do these big movies and stuff. But even a lot of their movies still feel like direct-to-video movies with good actors in them.
There's
You know,
there's
they
a lot
just-
of people that go back and forth though. Like Winona Ryder is one of them. Glenn Powell's another one. Like there are actors.
Winona Ryder goes back now that she's older, and that's kind of the normal trajectory for actors. Actors come up, and as they get older, they'll step down into television. That's normal. Like Harrison Ford is the best example. He said, "I'm not going to step down into television," but then Shrinking, he read the script for that. And he said it was his favorite script he's ever read in his life for anything, so he was willing to step down to television.
And then
Television is
Well,
a
he
step
also
down.
did he also did the Yellowstone series.
yeah,
didn't he?
1923.
With Helen Mirren.
After he got there and found out he was having fun doing this kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's how
He
it's
was
looked
great
at.
in
Like
that.
it's not a lateral move. It's a step down. And that's just, if like George Clooney going from ER to GQ and like that was huge to see this guy. Like that was the trajectory. You want to get noticed in commercials, and you want to hope to get on a TV show, then you hope to get good and get brought into the big leagues. Like it's like leagues, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
commercials or
And-
television to silver screen.
And also, I think that, I mean, if it were me, I know as I got older, I would be, and I don't really think I want to, pack up and move to, Turkey for a year and a half to make a movie. I can stay where I can go home every night, when I'm working at the movie studios, and only, do it for like 6 months or whatever. So I think it
Mhm.
also kind of, probably works better into the type of life that they want to live as well.
Sledge says, I don't understand the exact detail of the deal. I don't see a way for it not be an antitrust issue. Something that size can't be purchased by a small company. And this is the part that blows a lot of people's mind. Blew my mind. You got to talk about the size of the companies now. Let's talk about the companies involved. You got Warner Brothers is the one up for sale. So you have Netflix, Universal, and Paramount. So let's try to compare them. For context, Disney, which everyone considers the behemoth, its market share is like at 198. Like it's massive, right? 198 billion, massive. Well, you look over at Universal, it's only at like 10. It's really small. That's why they wanted to call in the Saudis to come help bankroll it. Well, then you move over to Paramount, like with a recent acquisition with Skydance and getting Paramount and all that, which Skydance is a smaller studio and all things. Like it's like more of a production company than it is like an actual self-sustained studio. They're at like, I think like 40, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, Netflix, this is what blows everyone's mind. Netflix is a $400 billion company. I'm not talking about Disney movie studios. I'm talking about Walt Disney Company is 200 billion. Netflix is 2x their size.
That's insane.
Netflix is the biggest one out of all of them, and they don't have parks. They don't have this and that. This isn't a small company purchasing something that size. This is a behemoth coming in and dropping its balls on the table and throwing cash at it just to push everyone out and buying a little ant. This is a behemoth buying an ant.
And that's why they're saying it's probably not going to go through.
Yeah.
Because then it's too many of the same people owning the same stuff.
Yeah, but again, I really don't see how any of these studios that buys Warner is not an antitrust issue. That's just my own personal opinion.
Disney should have never been allowed to buy Fox, period.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. That set a bad precedent that never should have been allowed.
And the one studio who has set out this entire thing is Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Apple.
They've been quiet through everything.
Well,
No, but
they're
Apple
not
really
even on the
isn't
same
really a
size.
movie studio. You have the five big studios, which are Universal, Warner Brothers, Disney, Sony, and what was the last one that we just talked about? Paramount are basically the five big movie studios.
Disney's a real art house that's been working on this for 100 years of relying on artists being weird. These other companies are multinational conglomerates with money arms dealing in some cases. True and false. Disney owns more companies than the rest of them.
Right.
Disney owns so many companies, it's unbelievable.
Right. And the largest portion of Disney is its theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
business.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
Mark, Paul, it's been great being on here, but I got to go.
Got to make like a baby and head out.
That's right. That's right. Thanks for
Before
having
you
me
do,
on.
what you got to touch on it. Do you want to see Netflix? If this hypothetically this goes through in some capacity, Netflix owns the DC Comics IPs. They're in charge of the DC Universe films. Do you want to see any kind of return of the Snyderverse in any capacity?
I don't. Okay, so I don't know. I would like to see it, of course. I would like to see the continuation of it, but I don't want to see Ezra Miller ever again related to DC Comics. And that sucks because I love the Flash. I don't see it happening. I mean, Henry Cavill is getting too old at this point. I think we should let James Gunn in a DCU just start getting things going. That's what I think.
Paul?
I would say no. As much as I like the Snyderverse, I think we have to move forward with it right now. And I don't really think going back to Snyder, because you know what, to Steve's point, these people are going to age out, and it's like you're going to basically, I think you're going to hamstring anything that DC wants to do if you put out anything new with the Snyderverse.
Yeah,
Yep.
for the health of the DCU, I want to see it just to continue to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Hits and misses. I hope if they have misses, I want them to absolutely learn from them and shift and move and adjust. But if anything is done, I would not be opposed if they announced an animated Elseworld Justice
Or a
League
comic
Part
book.
2. Just
Yeah,
that even better, because the people that care would be happy with it. I would.
I wouldn't be opposed to one little film.
I would want it to be animated. That way they don't have to bring the cast back, and like it's not looked at by like the general audience won't even realize it even exists. It won't confuse them or throw off any kind of momentum.
And it's got to be labeled at the beginning Elseworlds. It's got to. So.
Yeah. Now, a secondary question: how do you force them to not sell their own company?
Right.
Dude, what's crazy is they projected this like right when Zaslav bought it, and they announced the DCU, and James Gunn did that whole little speech and announced the Gods and Monsters. Just like they said, it looks like they're just kind of setting this thing up to be profitable. And to his credit, David Zaslav is one hell of a CEO, because not only did he take this completely failed company and turn it profitable, he turned it into the most successful studio of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Putting out hits across the board. Yeah, HBO Max is
$5 billion this year, apparently.
Yeah, going from I think it was like a negative 17 billion last year to a positive 5 billion, and he created an entire like no matter what any one person thinks of it, the DCU was part of the selling point package. Like, well, hey, this was $100 million we made on this one movie, and this show here brought in subscribers to the he did it. He did it. They're going to keep gunning some of the projects already in motion until the deal is finalized and Snyder gets the band back together. No. Snyder's not coming back. Snyder's doing his own thing. Like, and that's the thing that kind of I don't understand about the people that are so diehard for it. Like, Zach isn't diehard for it. He's literally working on other projects. Like, the guy isn't a one-trick pony at all. But they also announced that Gunn and Safran are on through the end of 2027. Like, they extended their contract already. Already they extended the contract.
That was kind of I think it was a coincidence, but it was a coincidence that made people go, was the day that they announced that Netflix was buying Warner Brothers, Mark Miller quit social media.
I thought he quit before then, didn't he?
No, he put out a post that said he was going to be stepping away from social media, whatever.
Yeah, and I follow him pretty closely. Was it called Conquest? That book with all right, Steve. He's got that book with like the dragons and knights and stuff coming into the real world. He was walking around a movie set holding that book that's not released yet on a movie set. And we know from talking about it when Argyle came out that he's about to be diving headfirst into the movie and TV show stuff again. Mm-hmm. They were talking about diving back into the Kick-Ass universe and kind of approaching it from a different timeline and stuff. And we know a lot of that stuff got sidelined with the writer's strike and the director's strike. They were actively working on the Magic Order show at Netflix. They were in early production for that when the strike happened, and it sidelined all that. So while that strike was happening, obviously that's when he was cranking out his comics, because over the past year and a half, we've had The Magic Order series finale, Nemesis is on its finale. Huck Volume 2 came out. Prodigy Slaves of Mars came out. Nightclub Volume 2 came out. Jupiter's Legacy, long-awaited finale came out. And then he put out Psychic Sam with JRJR. All of these came out. Like during the strike, he was finishing everything. And now that the strike's over, back over to the producing stuff. So I'm excited for it. I got a lot of Miller World stuff that I can go back and reread and read. But I'm looking forward to it. Hey, are there ribs in that bag? This is a bag of cash. What's in the bag, Tink? If you've eaten it, why is it? How's it in the bag? Oh, you haven't eaten it yet. The only thing you're going to eat. Got it. Is it ribs?
Chicken tenders from Wendy's.
Oh, I didn't even see. I saw a brown bag. You walk in this house with ribs, you're gonna have to fight for them. Snyderverse is coming back. It's definitely not. I always joke this sort of consolidation doesn't matter because no one owns imagination. Avatar is the biggest movie in the world, Harry Potter, etc. But there's only so much time in the year. Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, like the number of people whose jobs it affects, just because the output will go down. Ghost Machine is made for Snyder. Could you imagine Snyder doing a Rook movie? Oh, that'd be perfect. We're getting the Red Coat movie. That would be great. Again, Paramount. That was another one that was destroyed with the strike. They already had like the proof of concept out. Me and Paul talked with Jeff Johns here on this channel about it. They had Geiger, the series was at Paramount, and now Paramount's been merged with Skydance. And the post the strikes, I don't know anything about it. Kyle went just for funsies and picked up a serving shift, which she hasn't served in.
Masters.
I guess yeah, you serve at Masters time.
Yeah,
when you're not
the
managing.
same.
She's over here just dancing with money.
Wow.
I can't stand to burn my toast, but that's what makes me human, Lex.
Oh, in 2 seconds, Mark's going to say, "We are Legion" in this stream.
Oh, heavy metal DC, not podcast rock DC. Yeah, that's fair. And that's what we were talking about earlier. I want to see the individual styles from the different writers and directors that are working on project. I think the tone of Superman was accurate for Superman. You might not have liked it, but it was a little slapsticky, more lighthearted. And that's how Superman is more often than he's not. Like, but I'm ready. I want to see like this horror movie Clayface so that they can show like this diverse slate in the universe. A lot of these universes, I'm sure, will just be shelved in an effort to bottleneck money towards less productions. This will suppress wages, limit art. Ironically, in a world where it's becoming easier, 1,000%, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is one of the biggest fears. And while they're limiting stuff, Thundar the Barbarian comes out January 21st. For those of you that keep up with the Hanna-Barbera comics from Dynamite, which I'm just loving every single one of these. Excited to see Francisco Mattina will be doing covers so that I can keep all of my covers matching. That's just awesome looking. Rob Liefeld will also be delivering a cover for this one, which I'm super excited about. Thought I'd share that with everybody. Paul, did you watch Welcome to Derry last week?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was good. It's funny because I'm actually like coming off of having watched everything Stranger Things.
I know, dude. It's hard.
It's not as it is. It's like, wow, this is just not as good as Stranger Things. But we're still basically going to the lore. We went back to Juniper Hill, the Juniper Hill Asylum again.
What was it, like 1935 or something? 38. Hey, you got it.
1908 plus 27. That's 1935 actually. You're right. It was 1935. See that? You got it.
Oops.
Yeah.
I was just guessing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot to kind of build the narrative, and the lore and the history and everything, with a little bit more every single.
They confirmed Miss Kirch, however you say her name. They confirmed her to be the Pennywise's daughter. Used to work with him at the circus trope, and kind of explored some more of his lore, where how she thinks that her actual dad is somewhere hidden in this creature and he can be saved, and she's basically delivering kids to Pennywise because she's kind of out of her mind, I guess, from the horror of it all. It was interesting.
Yeah, she kind of dresses as like Mrs. Pennywise.
I wonder what her
Or,
little
mo-
nickname is.
or mommy Pennywise.
Sad clowns. I really enjoyed it. And we got the black spot up and running. Got them all, the famed black spot that Dick Halloran gets up and running for his group. We got everyone there dancing, hanging out. And about that time, the town folks are coming in to
They're coming with bats and torches, and it's like they're coming to get them.
got a mob on the way. And that's where it ended.
Because they found out that that's where the guy that was arrested for killing the kids was hiding out.
Yeah, who's now been broken out of his transport and being hidden there. I got to tell you, Hanlon's wife, though completely well-intentioned, she's making, I don't think she understands the gravity of the situation that they're dealing with Pennywise at all.
A lot of problems.
Yeah, like granted, she's trying to save someone's life, but I think she's going to get a lot of people killed trying to do it.
Right. Oh yeah, she definitely is. She's honorable in her intentions, but her execution is allowing dishonorable things to happen.
What's that famous quote about good intentions?
The road to something is paved with good intentions.
Yeah. It's one of those situations playing out in front of our eyes, and it's rough because it's one of those classic situations about what you're dealing with is over here and what he's dealing with is over here, and y'all's communication is failing both of you right now. Like it's a little rough. If you paid attention to the preview for this week's episode, I'm going to stop right there because I don't intentionally, because that's what I call spoilers. So I don't want to go into spoilers. I like to go into the episodes cold. I watched the after episode thing where they talk about the episode you just watched, but I avoid the trailer for the next episode as much as I can. Sometimes I'm not strong. Early on when they show you like coming this season kind of thing, I guess, and I saw that, and just like because I guess they wanted us to know Pennywise is there, and we were speculating about the fire back in episode like the early episodes. I wonder if it'll be the old factory fire or something, but I think that's going to end up being the black spot. I think Pennywise is going to show his face there.
Mm-hmm.
No good deed goes unpunished. Agreed. But yeah, you got any books that you would recommend from this week, Paul, that you really enjoyed, or you got any books that you would recommend some folks stay away from in fear of them having a bad time reading?
Love and KO.
Yeah, this is the John Jang variant, which you can win a copy of this John Jang variant of Superman Captain Atom one shot, or Superman versus Captain Atom one shot on Guess That Key.
December 17th.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of giveaways that night, and there'll be a John Jang block of books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love how when they are defeated, they're allowed to pick the version that they want to come back as.
Yeah, so the concept of this is, they did this DCKO event. They put the brackets out, the 1v1 brackets, and then they kind of honey-dicked us with the round one kind of stuff. Well, now we're into the brackets. So what they're doing is December is the all-fight month. So this week kicked it off with Captain Atom versus Superman. Wednesday, there'll be like 2 or 3 of them out. The next week, there'll be 2 or 3 of them out. I think there's 6 fights altogether. So there'll be 2 one week, 3 the next week. But it's all your 1v1s, Lobo versus Wonder Woman, Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn versus whatever loser she's fighting. I think it's Zatanna. Can't talk right. But this is the 1v1 stuff. And the premise is the Heart of Apocalypse are pitting them against each other, and the rules are simple. Best of 3. After round 1, you get to choose your form to come back as. Basically, through all your history of your character, like Captain Atom from his first appearance in Space Adventures and Charlton Comics to current, through the Armageddon stuff with the Alex Ross suit, all that. Pick your poison, and he comes back. Who was it that he came back as? Who's that 0 hour cornball?
Oh, Monarch.
Yeah, he comes back as his Monarch form. Superman comes back as Superman Prime, the proper gold Superman, not the unlimited Goobu stuff, but the proper gold Superman. They fight it out. Captain Atom drains him, dude. It was awesome. And that 1v1, Captain Atom goes like kryptonite hand to the throat and just drains him, like turns him into like a skin bag. Like that was dope. but Superman outwits him ultimately. But it was really cool. I'm excited to see what they do for the other ones. They do a good job with kind of diving into the lore of the characters. So if you're not familiar with some of these characters, you can get a little bit of stuff that might make you curious to want to go back and check out their other stuff. I really hope that's the case for people reading the Captain Atom stuff. It was cool seeing all of his old costumes in there and stuff.
Yeah, and it's weird how some of the fights are having in special one shots, and some of the fights are happening in a character's particular title. Like the Aquaman fight is happening in Aquaman,
Yeah,
but
he's fighting
Wonder Woman,
Hawkman, right?
but this was a special one shot. You know,
This is the only one shot. The rest of
no,
them
no,
are all. There are other ones. I know the
Wonder Woman,
Swamp Thing one is
Wonder
a Teen
Woman,
Titans.
Wonder Woman has her own. Joker versus Red Hood is a one shot.
Nah, yeah, that one would be.
And there's one more, I think, which I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
DCKO Wonder Woman versus Lobo one. Then the following week, Titans 30 is the Swamp Thing, and then the Harley Quinn Zatanna is a one shot.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So they're mixing them up. So yeah, there are some extra ones to the pool list if you're not already pulling them.
Right.
I guess because some of them don't have their own book.
Yeah.
The demon fighting Lex Luthor will happen inside of Superman number 33.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alan Scott versus Guy Gardner, Flash versus Green Lantern will happen inside the pages of Flash number 28.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the Lobo Wonder Woman and the Joker Red Hood and the Zatanna Harley. It's about half and half, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep.
Obsidian's not in here.
Nope.
Obsidian's not here. Todd was all in the JSA stuff for what was like 13 issues? No, 12 issues. Yeah, they did the first 12 issues of Jeff Lemire's run so far. Obsidian is all in there if you're an Obsidian fan. But we're off to the next story arc after that with JSA Year 1. This is issue 2. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even see that cover.
Yeah. It was the B cover. It was the only other cover that I saw besides and I'm like, I don't usually buy more than one cover, but I absolutely love this cover.
Dude, look at the old Coca-Cola bottles on there and everything.
Yep.
Who did that?
David Talaski.
He did an amazing job. I saw this one and I saw the Spectre and I'm like, and just went with it. This was super good. Again, it's literally JSA Year 1. We're going back to the earliest days when these characters are first running into and meeting each other. They're dealing with a bunch of a Nazi plot to blow stuff up because not because of woke social issues, but because it's the JS freaking A and they're always fighting Nazis.
Because
all you
Nazis,
crazy
can do that.
Yeah. Again, I want to remind everybody, if you liked the Absolute Batman Annual because they're fighting Nazis, you would love normal DC Comics on an average week. It's a normal thing. Shocker. Nazis are bad guys. This just in. But yeah, there's a plot to blow some stuff up, destroy some buildings, sow deceit and everything here on American soil. And they're coming together to try to stop it kind of just organically. Meanwhile, you get this big tease at the end when there's some people we haven't been introduced to yet. We see Dr. Fate with a little band of people that are monitoring and watching the guy working with Alan Scott because there's something about him, this Jim Corrigan character. We feel the presence of the mysterious Spectre and he can't be let loose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's
and we know
go.
that the next story arc after JSA Year 1 is a Spectre-centric arc. So
yeah, I'm highly looking forward to that. What perfect timing as well, because you just got in your Ostrander omnibus for the Spectre, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So,
and it's got a brand new glow-in-the-dark dust cover on it, where the front is basically the Spectre and Spectre's face and everything, and a whole bunch of skulls. And then on the back, you have the full on the dust cover is the full body of the Spectre, but if you just do the glow in the dark stuff, it's just his skeleton.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I bet you're in the bathroom just having a ball, turning the light on and off.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's amazing. Kicking it back to KO for a second, Paul. What'd you think of Night Fight number 2? Oh my gosh. Dude, what a week for you pulling variants. I did see that one. Yeah, that's wicked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was great. I love I love when he in in the second half where he goes against the Red Hood and everything, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And then
So
when he turns into Clayface,
yeah. So for those who came in late, Night Fight is where Bruce Wayne is during DC KO. He was killed by the Joker, air quotes here. He was stabbed through the chest by the Joker in KO number 1, presumed dead. Everyone runs off. He actually brought his one weapon with him to the event, which he was allotted, and he tried to cheat. He brought his Hellbat armor, but he brought some mother box technology where if he stopped moving or if his heart slowed down, it would teleport him out of there back home. Well, we learned that the Heart of Apocalypse is not okay with you cheating. It actually gets covered a little bit in here with some of the moves Captain Atom was trying to make. It backfires on him, and in the Batman Night Fight. So because it recognized him cheating, it sent him away, but it didn't send him back where he wanted to go. He's back at what he thought was a Gotham of a different time era, where Dick Grayson is Batman. He has an army of Robins, and the other Robins are dead because Batman never put down the cowl and he went crazy and he killed them all. Well, he fights Dick Grayson in this, and it's epic. Not only is the fighting good, the dialogue between them is fantastic. They're saying things to each other at these stages in their lives that you'd never see them say before. We've never seen them at these stages in their life. So it's really interesting. But we find out that it's not that simple. As he was rectifying this situation, getting the upper hand, his situation changes. The world changes. He's waking up in a different Gotham where Red Hood is running things, and it's a walled off, glassed off Gotham City that's been overran with Joker gas, and it's just Jason Todd in there keeping anyone from going crazy or hurting anyone. So he's now having to face Jason Todd. So basically, it's changing his world, his reality, and pitting him against his loved ones coming against him, basically. So he's pretty much in a hellscape of his own making from trying to cheat against the Heart of Apocalypse. It was a cool reveal.
Yeah, it was Joshua Williamson who's writing a large part of the DC KO stuff with Scott Snyder. They definitely are keeping things very tight with their canon and everything, and how the different stories interact with each other. And we said it before that the backbone, the spine of the DC universe is very clear. It's very well thought out. They're doing it,
Editorial is working overtime.
Yeah.
And they're not hindering people. They're just making sure they're not screwing over readers.
Right.
What a time to be a DC fan. I say it a lot. It's like being back in the Road to Infinite Crisis, like circa 2005. Mm-hmm. Like, we got a game plan. We've mapped it out years in advance, and now we're going to execute it. It's just so crisp right now. In a world where just DC Comics are absolutely just a treat to read from cover to cover. You know what wasn't that great?
What's that?
I don't think it's bad, but it just doesn't have that 1-2 punch that KO has, or the Absolute has, or that New Gods had. And that's just regular old Batman. Yeah, just regular old Batman. I don't think it's bad. It stars a character called Minotaur, which is always fun to say. We had Ferdinand for a couple of weeks there in Absolute Wonder Woman. You got to say Minotaur. We get to say it again now, thanks to Matt Fraction and his new Batman run. Issue number 4 is out this week. And over here in Batman, we're just getting introduced to Minotaur, who is pretty much just a bad guy who's just running organized crime. How did they word it? It's organized crime. If I'm not mistaken, in the synopsis, it's the most lazy thing I've ever read in my life. I got to find this for you. In the synopsis for this thing.
And if anyone asks you, hey, who's the new character that has 6 fingers in the DC universe? It's Minotaur.
Yeah, Minotaur. Here it is. Organized crime in Gotham City has become really, really organized. Watch out. Watch out, Cape Crusader, who fights the likes of Bane and the Joker and the Penguin. Organized crime is really, really organized. So basically, the Elon Musk technology, the Google technology, the brain chip technology that they introduced to us in the last issue, having the ethical debate of this tech that we found out is funded by Wayne Tech, because everything is. It seems like that technology is in the Minotaur's mask, and he's bringing some crime families together and bringing their loved ones together at gunpoint.
And that was the kind of, that's been done a million times.
Yeah, we just did it in Absolute Batman number 1.
Yeah, it's like bringing all the crime families together. Guess what? I'm the new guy who's over all the crime families now.
And I'm super organized.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Dude, like, no, like that's the Penguin's one gimmick, is that he is organized crime. Like how else does Oswald Cobblepot even fit into the rogues gallery? So I've said it before, this isn't a bad book, but it's standing against juggernauts right now. So it's really showing its weaknesses in that aspect of it. I still think Matt Fraction has a lot to offer to Batman, to this run. And I think that maybe this is his, we said it earlier on, he's adopted what was current, and he has to write for a little bit to get to his story.
He has a transition to what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I think we're in the transition thing here. Let's address Vandal Savage being the mayor. Let's address and say, where's all of our characters? And the way to do that without burning a big villain I want to use is let's just do some crime in Gotham. It's not bad, but it's the least entertaining Batman book I'm pulling right now. That's just how I feel.
I only have one more, actually.
I only have a stack more. Which one do you have? Yeah, it's on top of my stack. Rook Exodus number 9. Let's go. What'd you think?
I hate spiders. Oh man, I hate spiders.
Bro, the most diabolical animal on Exodus right now. That was crazy.
Yeah. Definitely from a planning and a purely like fear, cringe-inducing type thing, spiders are the top of the list.
The top of the list, absolutely. Pops will tell you I hate spiders, dude. I hate spiders. So the concept of Rook right now, the world engines are down. Exodus is dying. They're all going to die there if they don't get this engine back up and running. The only person that's familiar enough with the technology to fix it and fire it up is Direwolf's father. Direwolf's father, who is the warden over the canines, who actually lost his mind pretty much drifting for too long with the animals. So he's got the mind of a feral human being running around just killing things. So they follow him, they track him down, and they track him into this silo, and they don't know they're being hunted the whole time by something. And they get down there and they get overran by spiders. They get caught in webs, and this other character pops up with a sword, moving super fast, just beating the hell out of them. They can't even touch this character. This character's name is Stag, like the deer. Turns out that Direwolf's father had killed Stag's family, and he's there for revenge. But they get caught up in all these spiders and these webbing, so they're all fighting for their lives together when the warden of the spider comes crawling down. This is the first warden we've seen with tech beyond just the helmet. It's a full body setup where the body is up in like the thorax of the spider. It's got the legs. They're trying to talk to him, to Arachnid, and say, yo, if we don't turn this engine on, we're all going to die, including you, including these spiders. And Arachnid starts talking back, saying, spiders will be fine. We'll make it through the death of this. We're good. We can survive a nuclear blast. We always endure. And they're like, yeah, but your pilot won't. And about that time, they open the mask of the warden, and he's in there tortured, disgusting looking, screaming for help. And you find out that he's completely captive to the spiders. The drift went bad with them as well. I forget what they call it in this. They call it something. It's not the drift, but I've watched a lot of Pacific Rim, and y'all get it. But apparently the spiders are keeping their meat sack alive inside, and they're using him just for the tech. And we find out from the end of it, the cliffhanger, that it's like, all right, let's feed this human so we can keep this going. So basically, Arachnid, being controlled by the spiders, is catching humans, killing them, and feeding them to the human body that's trapped in the warden mask. It was diabolical. Just disgusting.
Yes. Didn't make me like spiders anymore.
Actually, even less. Was crazy. Nemesis Forever. We're mentioning it. Mark Miller's Nemesis Forever is the finale to the Nemesis stuff. Issue number 4. We find out how he gets out of that attack where the authorities finally got some good intel on him. We're able to meet him there at the spot where he was setting off a biological attack. He managed to get it off, but they came prepared with gas masks, so he had to fight his way through them. And he did some cool stuff, like taking his little sonic sound thing and running it through one of the cop car speakers and cracking the glass on their mask, so they started dying from the biological attack. It was, as always, diabolical. He's like the most supervillain that's ever supervillained. And he goes back to the fraternity. Yes, the fraternity from Wanted. And he says, like, things are getting serious. I've almost made it. I need to make a pact with the devil. And he does, pretty much. And they do some of their witchcraftery. So if he dies, he'll come back to life apparently and be able to live long enough to see his plan fulfilled. It's going to be interesting. The mole in his ranks is still moling and getting closer, and it looks like I think we have 2 issues left. This is going to be insane. Did anyone pick up the Dark Souls comic? I picked it up but haven't got it through my stack yet. I have not. I did not.
Nope, either.
I'm not familiar with that one. I'll tell you what I am familiar with. The Phantom, and issue number 3 came out this week. This was fantastic. You didn't get it?
I have the first 2, but I missed that on the shelves.
Yeah, it was really good. So it's at the point, he was at the you have Singh and his goons like bearing down and have pretty much everyone kidnapped in the little town. You have him fighting to try to get the medicines that were stolen back to the town to save the old man. And he just completely overran. And at this point, now they know he's out there. Apparently, Singh is familiar with the Phantom, but he thinks him dead. That he's just a myth. And when some people start crawling back into the base with skull marks on their face, he's like, okay, no. Go round up people and start shooting people. Like, time is out. Time is out for Kit Walker. He's got to jump fast and face insurmountable odds. And I started thinking while reading this, they said in that little writer's note at the end of the first one that they want to use the first story arc to introduce new readers to the Phantom and let old-time fans just get a taste of what you know and love. And they want to do some new stuff in the second arc. I'm thinking it's possible. I don't know this for sure, but it's at the point where I don't feel like the Phantom's safe. I think that they could potentially kill off Kit Walker so that Kit Walker, the next one, we can actually ride shotgun with someone becoming the Phantom and getting into it. I don't necessarily want to do that, but that's the whole concept of the Phantom. He's the ghost who walks. You can't kill him because of the whole lineage thing. We know that the old lady is back at the Skull Cave. They haven't shown us a kid, but that don't mean there's not a kid there. They're firmly established him and Diana as longtime partners or husband and wife. They didn't say if they're married or not, but I think that they could easily pull a curveball on us. But the suspense is there, the tension's there, and it has my brain thinking like that. Like that's how good this issue was set up. Because you always think the hero never dies. The hero can just, that's not the deal with the Phantom. Like he can die.
Right.
Very interesting stuff. Terminator had a special this week, Paul. Santa Claus is coming to town. You pretty much just have resistance fighters moving through a mall, getting attacked. A T-800 comes in, and when they time travel to places, they always come through naked.
Right.
Well, because of the time of the year when he was assessing for clothes, guess what kind of clothes he ended up putting on off a mannequin?
The Santa Claus.
It was awesome. They had to freaking fight Santa. It was great. It was just really fun. Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt traveled to South America to go catch up with Beast Woman, who stole the flight belt. They got new flight belts thanks to Dino Mutt. They go down there and they go give them hell. And they get to the point where they drop in thinking they're going to get the dime on her. And she's sitting there waiting with like a whole bunch of guns pointed at them. This is tough. This is like super just randomly violent out of left field. Like it's super good. I read Space Ghost number 5, I think was from last week. Also fantastic. It was the second half and the conclusion to this little 2-part story arc with the 2 alien factions trying not to go to war. And you have Space Ghost and company stopping them from fighting each other because this peace truce that they were working on went bad when a sniper took a shot at them. They get to the bottom of it. Some fun action, some nail-biting stuff, and some awesome heroics from Space Ghost. This brand new thing, Hulk Smash Everything. Now, I got this because I love me some Hulk. And when I picked it up, like, this looks like it's just going to be just trash for, like, Infernal Hulk 1 came out.
Right.
Hulk is being talked about. So, like, we can probably milk another Hulk series and people buy it because it's kind of popular right now. That's exactly what it is.
Mhm.
The premise, the leader dresses like Doctor Strange, goes to a college campus where Bruce Banner is teaching and hits him over the head with a frying pan and goes running down the street. So the Hulk thinks Doctor Strange attacked him out of left field while he's teaching a class. So Hulk smashes everything. That's what happened. That's this book. Yeah.
Good for you.
Ultimately, the leader was trying to get Hulk smashing everything so he could break into the Sanctum Sanctorum, get some stuff that he can use to break into Doom's lair so he could get his time platform. And we don't know what he wants to time platform yet, but when Hulk pops up in on him, he uses it to send him back to the prehistoric times where he starts fighting raptors while the meteor is about to hit the Yucatan Peninsula. So that's kind of cool. Sounds great. I will not go buy it. Yeah, it's a goober book. Not saying it wasn't fun, but it's definitely a goober book. It's written by someone with the last name North. I can only assume Ryan North.
Ryan North, who does Fantastic Four. He
I
just
did
did that. He just did the One World Under Doom,
which I completely skipped.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried out that Ryan North Fantastic Four the last time they started at #1 and put Alex Ross on the covers. I just did not care for it. It wasn't my thing, but I know that AR like swears by it, says it's good.
He did Lower Decks comics, the first like 5 or 6 issues, I think. So
Yeah, not saying he's a bad writer. I mean, it's just meant. I don't know what it's meant to be. Just a standalone, funsy kind of Hulk smash everything.
mhm.
I don't know. I'm so spoiled from
They're big into
Immortal Hulk.
Marvel's big into smashing and destroying everything.
They really
right now.
are, aren't they? Especially their own IP.
Yeah.
Last one I got is Avatar: The Gap Year, number 2 of 6. For those that want just more Avatar stuff, they do put out comic miniseries about one every 2 years. There's about 6, 7 of them out there, and all of them are really good if you're into the movies. They're all 100% canon to the universe. They all have to be approved by James Cameron. And Ethan Sachs is writing this one, the same Ethan Sachs that wrote the Aquaman movie tie-in book for Aquaman 2, same Ethan Sachs that wrote the most recent Jango Fett series. He's done some cool stuff. And in this one, it takes place shortly before the second film. So it's like them kind of getting settled, home trees kind of destroyed. The RDA just came back. If you remember the opening scene of Avatar 2 when the RDA first, the Sky People return, it's them kind of getting established and settled more in that time era, which is pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Some real savages, some real SOBs out there. Edie Falco's character from the movie, who's in charge of the forward operating base in the second film, she's in this. So you get a little bit more dynamic with her. Quaritch will not be in this. This is pre them waking him up in the Avatar body, but you get to see the other SOB colonel that was operating on the ground while he was away. And this guy is just as ruthless, if not more. He's already like killed some Na'vi kids and strung them up on trees as like, hey, Jake, you can come on in or I can keep doing this kind of guy. Like it's like no fear. So if Hulk wasn't smashing everything, did he smash Red Shield again? If you know, you know. Oof. Marvel's brain dead. They are releasing garbage. Hey, I don't get it. I'm not picking up issue 2. I know that.
Oh, it's a whole series. It's not just a one. I thought it was just like a one shot.
Bro, it said to be continued and had him standing there fighting raptors, saying, "Fight me, you stupid birds! Hulk smash everything!" And it pans out, and the meteor is coming to hit. So I guess the meteor is going to hit, and he's going to be fighting tree shrews for the next, I don't know how many billion years. I don't know. I don't know. Kang's going to show up or something. Like, honestly, the worst part is I don't know, but I don't care. That's the bad part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's weird. I do want to point everyone out that in the link in the description in all my videos, you can find an @sector2815 that takes you straight to this channel. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We're talking Absolute Green Lantern tomorrow at 10 a.m. No, it's already there, isn't it?
Already there, yeah.
Yeah, if you want the breakdown and full on this, you go straight over there. This is the first time we did a Sunday night show, and the DC Deep Dive is already available to be watched on YouTube. So Paul and I do content here, but we also do content there. We do it here and there. Here and there. So you can watch me and Paul on YouTube here and there. And the DC Comics Deep Dive typically comes out at Mondays at 10 a.m. But I just dropped the link in the description. We're going to head out of here. Hit that link. Even if you don't have a lot of time, hit that link. Go over there. Hit a thumbs up on it. Drop a comment. Just to help push it in the algorithm. We got 11 people watching. Yeah, let that be the last thing you do tonight. Just hit that link. Go hit the thumbs up over there. Drop a comment. That way it's in your history. You know to go back and watch it. If you don't have time to watch it now, it's just a 1-issue week. Absolute Green Lantern number 9. We keep up with 100% of the Absolute universe and go through it in a lot more detail than just the fast recaps here.
After
We do all
they
that
have been released.
there. And it's after they've been released every time. And for context, we don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
We could easily spoil it for you, but we don't. They're after they've been released. So even if you read them, you can go over there and catch things that you definitely wouldn't have catched otherwise. Keep in mind, this guy's been reading DC Comics nonstop for a handful of decades, and there's characters in here, I promise you, you don't know their history, but they are existing characters in the main universe, because there's a couple that Paul dialed me in on this one. There's some obscure characters for me. Like this, that's what's really cool and more unique about this Green Lantern book than the other ones. They're playing with a lot of existing pieces. It's really fun. Really fun. It's so crazy. Like they were in bed. They were in bed. And Kyle comes home now. They're both out of bed, running around singing Jingle Bells. I don't understand it. I literally don't understand it. They're both in bed, quiet, watching TV, fresh waters, chill. She comes home, they're running around singing Jingle Bells. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
How's this happen? Where's the white towel? Yeah, I'm tagging out. She's got it from here. That's her. Dang it, Mom. Yeah, exactly. Yep. She misses them when she comes home. She wants those hugs and all that. And I get it. I get it. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. That's all I got. You got anything else?
I think that's it.
Tomorrow I got the video posting showing off some stuff for the Legion loot. It's that time of the year, guys. The greatest comic story ever told edition of the Legion loot to celebrate the greatest story ever told, because 'tis the season. Check out that video tomorrow. You get to see the key piece that's going in the Legion loot, as well as some of the other books and everything. Started pulling more and getting it ready. So make sure you hit that join button and join in the Legion tier to get your name on the prize wheel. We'll be doing that during at year's end on the 28th. So make sure you get in there. 3 weeks. Don't have a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope everyone has a fantastic night. Go click that link and watch that DC Comics deep dive. And we'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace.
Only one of us has a parachute. Good luck. Ah!